Hey everybody, welcome back to another 10-minute Marvel video. I'm Petter, and today we're talking about Hawkeye Season 2. So Hawkeye is one of the shows that consistently comes up in those rumors of, hey, we're going to have a Season 2. We've had the rumor of, okay, it's going to have Clint Barton's brother in it, right, who is a comic character and generally a villainous one. And this week on 10-Minute Marvel, we talked about how that could work because there's a new rumor with it. And that led down kind of a fascinating and fun conversation to how this could be a series that continues over time. So, obviously, the first episode of Hawkeye really is setting up Kate Bishop as a new Hawkeye, kind of that mentor character coming up underneath Clint Barton's Hawkeye. This new season, the rumored plot is that it's going to be Die Hard-esque. It's going to be Die Hard-like in terms of they are defending or find themselves trapped in a location defending against assassins led by Clint Barton's brother. So, a fun idea. Again, it's going to take place at Christmas time too. So they're leaning into kind of a certain feel or idea, I think, for the Hawkeye show. And then that asks what I think is kind of a fun question. Like, okay, if this is where we go, if this is the idea, we're going to continue to go down this pathway of doing Christmas shows for Hawkeye. What other things could they mess around with and have some fun with? So let's talk a little bit more about this idea. This would probably start to feel like kind of a certain plan or theory for it. The idea of I want to get home for Christmas. That's the idea. And you could delve into Kate Bishop's mother's past, because they didn't fully do that. I think there's the Swordsman, who is a character who's coming back up in Daredevil Born Again, who you could delve into. There's obviously the Kingpin, if they keep it in New York, all of that. So, here's my next pitch. My second idea that I talked about, why not do a Home Alone? Home Alone, but obviously put the spin on it of now you have a couple of Hawkeye villains, maybe members of like the Hand or some gang that he has dealt with. Honestly, I love the idea of it being Macaulay and Kieran Culkin as the villains who are coming after Kate and Hawkeye's kids. So, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, and Laura, they're on a trip. They're getting away for Christmas. They'll be back in time for Christmas itself, obviously. But they haven't unintentionally left the kids home alone. They've left them with Kate. And now the kids and Kate have to deal with these supervillains who are coming after the kids, trying to get maybe the information that she's Mockingbird, have that come back up again as a MacGuffin, getting that information, or just because it is Clint, like, get his kids, blackmail him, ransom his kids back to him. And so now you have kind of that silly defend the home sort of idea that you get in Home Alone, but you can mix in to go along with these weird traps and stuff like that. You can mix in trick arrows, odd things like that. Like Kate is just finding arrows that Hawkeye has created or had created for him around the house and is using those. I think that could be a very fun, kind of silly idea where you get that Christmas action movie feel to it for a third season, if you want to do a third season of Hawkeye. But what beyond that? Now, I'm not a huge Christmas movie fan. They tend to be a little bit too sappy, and honestly, even with Home Alone, I've seen it so many times. That was the movie that was on, I believe, NBC every Thanksgiving. So, Thanksgiving, after everybody's done with turkey, and we would have it for our noon meal, then we'd have our evening meal, and all of us cousins would just be like, all right, we're ready to pass out, there's no more football on. Throw on whatever movie it is, and it would so often be Home Alone. So what other kind of Christmas movies, Christmas idea that are, I guess, more kind of common tropes out there? I guess one would be Save Santa Claus. I guess why not let's do a Save Santa Claus storyline where it's like saving the Santa Claus of Macy's parade or something like that, because that could be goofy and fun as well. You don't have to actually have it be Santa Claus unless you really want to get wacky. You have a squirrel pretending to be Santa Claus. That would be hilarious, but maybe make it the Macy's parade or some parade, tree lighting Santa Claus who's very important, near and dear to maybe Kate's heart. And he goes missing, and now they have to work together to basically save Christmas that way. I think just why not run with it? Why not give us every couple years or whatever it would be some lighthearted, fun Hawkeye shows where we can delve into some more serious things. We can delve into and really establish Kate Bishop as kind of the new Hawkeye, but always have it pull Clint Barton back in, and for some Christmas thing where Clint Barton just wants to get home to his family so that he can celebrate Christmas. That, to me, sounds like a fun idea, and I mean, it's kind of what they're doing. If the rumors are true with Hawkeye Season 2, what that is going to be, then it very much is going to be that get me out of here. We have to survive and fight our way out of here from this location, deal with the assassins so I can get out of here and get home to Christmas. And like I said, if that's the idea, if that's kind of the theme, it's one that feels really good and holiday-ish. It's one that you can play with over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter if it's a little bit corny, a little bit cheesy, stuff like that. It's a Christmas show. And that would really solidify kind of just another show that they can run with for a while, since it seems like we're going to get multiple seasons of Daredevil Born Again. But what other live action shows are we going to see multiple seasons of? So, give me some other Christmas, like holiday trope story ideas that Hawkeye could work with down in the comment section below. And if you want to hear our full conversation on this, well, first off, click the thumbs up button, then click on the channel, followed up by subscribing if you haven't already. We appreciate everybody who has and who's joining in the conversation. As well as then you can click on that podcast tab, or you can search for 10 Minute Marvel wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcasts from. But with that, we'll see you next time.